I used to think karma was slow, but nothing prepares you for the moment you find out your wife is sleeping with the man you'd punch on sight if it weren't for prison laws. It all started with a bowl of chili. Yeah, chili. That's how I found out. I came home early from work. My stomach was screaming louder than my boss that day, and all I wanted was to heat up the leftover chili my wife, Claire, had made the night before. She's not exactly a five-star chef, but there was something comforting about the way she always added too much cumin. But when I opened the fridge, nothing. No chili, no leftovers, no Tupperware, nada. Now I live in a house where if food disappears, there's only one possible explanation. Someone took it. And Claire never eats leftovers. Her words, not mine. It's like chewing regrets. So, who ate the chili? I wasn't going to lose sleep over a bowl of beans and beef. But that night something felt off. Claire came home late, said she was at yoga. Right. She was wearing jeans and smelled like cologne. Not her perfume, his. But I let it go. Because that's what you do when you love someone, right? You let things go, like your dignity and your sanity. Next day, I did something I hadn't done in months. I checked her phone. I know. Trust is everything. But if trust was a boat, mine had holes the size of Texas. Guess what I found? A text. Just one. From a number not saved under any name. But the message? Same time tomorrow. That chili was worth the sin. Sin. That word hit harder than a slap, and then it clicked. The chili was gone. He ate the damn chili. And I had made love to that woman the night before while she still had the taste of my worst enemy's spoon in her mouth. I should probably tell you who the guy is. Derek. Derek Freeman. If names could punch you, his would. We've hated each other since middle school. He stole my lunch in 7th grade, stole my girlfriend in 10th, and stole my promotion 3 years ago. Apparently, now he was stealing my wife too. I didn't confront her right away. That would be too easy, too human. No. I wanted facts. I wanted fire. I wanted to burn every last layer of their little fantasy. So I played dumb, pretended like I didn't know a thing. Kissed her forehead, made her coffee, asked how yoga was going. Meanwhile, I started watching. Patterns, times, excuses. Tuesday nights, girls' night, Thursday afternoons, volunteering at the shelter, Sunday mornings, brunch with Emily. Emily moved to Oregon last year. Installed a GPS tracker in her car. Nothing illegal, nothing high-tech. Just an AirTag duct-taped under the passenger seat. Thank you, YouTube, and wouldn't you know it? She wasn't going to yoga, or brunch, or to feed dogs with trust issues. She was going to Derek's condo on 5th and Main. I even saw them once, through binoculars, sitting on the balcony. She laughed at something he said. Claire never laughed at my jokes like that. Not even the good ones. It hurt. I won't lie. Seeing them together, knowing everything we built was a lie held together with cumin and betrayal. But I didn't cry. Oh, no, I started planning. Because if they wanted a love story built on lies and chili, I'd make sure it had a spicy ending. And trust me, revenge? It's best served cold. Like leftovers, they say revenge is a dish best served cold. I disagree. I think it's best served slow, and with a side of psychological warfare. After I confirmed Claire and Derek's little affair, I didn't lose sleep. I made spreadsheets. Yeah, actual spreadsheets. I'm that kind of guy. Organized, patient, methodical. If I were a serial killer, I'd be the kind who color-coded my victims by sin. Claire would be crimson red. Adultery with a side of betrayal. Derek, he'd be dumpster gray. For obvious reasons. The first phase of my plan was simple. Get closer. Not to her, to him. I emailed Derek pretending to be a corporate recruiter. Told him I had a life-changing, opportunity for a startup out of Seattle. 6-figure salary. Full benefits, all lies, of course. But he responded in 10 minutes flat. Typical Derek, always ready to sell his soul for a raise. I scheduled a fake Zoom interview, complete with a fake recruiter named Maxwell Dane. That was me, obviously, wearing glasses and a fake mustache. I even changed my voice. I've watched enough Netflix to know how to sell a character. Derek bought it. Hook, line, and idiot. Told me all about how he single-handedly turned around his company's revenue. The same revenue he tanked, by the way. I recorded every second. Then I sent the clip anonymously to his boss. Corporate fraud doesn't look cute on a resume. 2 days later, Derek was fired. But don't feel too bad. He still had his side dish of sin, Claire, or so he thought. While he was busy trying to find a new job, Claire was busy getting mysterious phone calls from a blocked number. Spoiler alert, it was me. I disguised my voice again. Used an app this time. Told her I was a private investigator hired by Derek's wife. Now, Derek isn't married. But Claire didn't know that. She freaked out, cried in the bathroom for 45 minutes. I know because I put a bug in the hallway vent. Don't judge me. You're here for the story, not the ethics. Anyway, she started pulling away from Derek. Just a little. Enough to make him paranoid. I could tell from the texts. Oh yeah, I cloned her phone. Simple tech. Cheap too. You'd be surprised what a USB cable and a night alone can do. Their conversations got tense. She asked him if he told anyone. He asked her if she'd been followed. She started blaming him for things she did. He accused her of not being careful. Ah, true love. I could have ended it there, could have dropped a bomb. Exposed them both, walked away with a smug grin and a shot of whiskey. But no. I wanted fireworks. So I planned an anniversary dinner. Yep, our 15th wedding anniversary. I told Claire. I made a reservation at that expensive rooftop restaurant she always drooled over, but said was too extravagant. I bought a new suit, got a fresh haircut, even shaved the beard she claimed made me look like a conspiracy theorist. She was shocked, touched, said she couldn't believe I was still so thoughtful. I smiled, told her, tonight is going to be unforgettable. And I wasn't lying. I had invited one more person to dinner. Derek sent him a handwritten invitation in an unmarked envelope, addressed it to the man sleeping with my wife. Told him there'd be champagne and a surprise. I even paid for valet parking because I'm classy like that. Now all I had to do was wait. For the moment, everything would come crashing down, like a bowl of chili on a white carpet. The night of the anniversary dinner arrived. The kind of night where the air feels thick, like it knows you're about to watch a mess unfold. Claire was radiant, too radiant, like a cat who just knocked over the expensive vase and can't decide whether to run or pretend it never happened. She smiled at me, touched my arm, whispered, "You didn't have to do all this." I just nodded, pretending the storm inside was a mild drizzle. We arrived at the rooftop restaurant. Fancy enough to make your wallet sweat, but not so fancy you forget how to breathe. Derek was already there, leaning against the bar like he owned the place. He looked up when we walked. "Surprise, surprise." His face twisted for a second, then smoothed into that arrogant grin I've seen since high school. I introduced them both. Claire's eyes darted between us, and Derek's smirk grew cockier by the second. Dinner started with champagne because why not make the poison taste sweet? Claire kept glancing at her phone, trying to hide it. Derek was texting her under the table. I let them stew in their own guilt for a while. Then came the moment. I tapped my glass to get their attention. "Thank you both for coming," I said, voice calm but with a sharp edge. "This evening means a lot to me." They looked confused, but that's expected when you're about to be publicly burned. I pulled out my phone and hit play. The screen lit up with that recorded Zoom interview. Derek bragging about achievements he never made, promising the world, revealing more lies than a politician on debate night. Claire gasped. Derek's face turned pale. "But that's not all," I said. "I thought we could all use a little reminder of your dedication." I played a montage of their texts, the lies, the plans to run away together, the little betrayals disguised as love. Claire tried to snatch the phone, but I held it higher, letting the words hang in the air like toxic smoke. Derek finally stood up, furious. "You're insane." Oh no, I replied with a smile that was anything but kind. I'm just thorough. The manager, who had been watching this disaster unfold in stunned silence, stepped in. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave, he said, voice tight. I stood, nodded, and turned to Claire. This, I said, voice low, is where you pick. Him or me? She looked at Derek, he looked at me. Then she burst into tears. I didn't even wait for an answer. I turned and walked out. Outside, I called a cab and sat in silence while the city lights blurred past the window. Later that night, I posted an anonymous message on the neighborhood forum, attaching screenshots of Derek's fake interview, their texts, and a note. To anyone who might hire Derek Freeman, buyer beware. Within hours, the story spread. Derek was blacklisted in every local company. No one wanted the guy who cheated, lied, and destroyed a family. Claire. She called me the next day, begged for forgiveness, said it was a mistake, a moment of weakness, that she wanted to fix things. I listened. Polite, detached. Then I sent one last text. Fixing things starts with honesty and trust. I'm done with both. She never replied. And you know what? I'm not broken, I'm not bitter, I'm just done. Done with the lies, the betrayal, the chili thefts, all of it. Sometimes the best revenge isn't violence or shouting. It's walking away and watching. The people who hurt you fall apart in the silence you leave behind.